Good morning, everybody. Oh, man. So, last night, yeah, nobody came. Nobody. The door did ring, but that was my daughter bringing home the kids. I was like, it figures. It figures. It was just too cold last night and it was snowing. So, yeah, they didn't. Nobody ended up coming. As I come, I was so glad I didn't buy so much candy this year because I was tempted. You know, I'm buying these 3 bags of candy. But I said, nah, most likely, I'll just have a few, just in case somebody comes. And I did buy a bag of candy for my grandson for his, for his class. But that was about it. And my daughter did pick them up. They did a lot of walking. My daughter was covered in snow when she came. She was tired. But yeah. She goes, hopefully this will be the last year. I go, really? They're still young. I already made my coffee. Top of the morning to you. So I really don't have much here. Anyway, she's like, oh, she'll probably be my last year doing trick-or-treating. And I'm like, right. So got maybe for the big one, but not for the little ones. They're still small. They're still going to want to go. I mean, I'm not going to, maybe I'll talk a little bit on that about, people who are like religious and not into it and blah, blah, blah. It's the devil's holiday and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I understand that, but you can't blame a child for not knowing, what's right or what's wrong. You can't tell a child that. You know what I'm saying? You know it. You know it maybe. That's how you feel about it. That's fine. But don't turn away a child or not be there for a child that the child doesn't even know who you're talking about. Just be there. Happy Halloween. Be safe. Be careful out there. That's all you can do. That's what you want. On a holiday like this, you gotta pray for them. Pray that nothing happens to them, Pray that they don't get hurt. That's what you should be doing, not criticizing the holiday, but just pray and hope that everything goes well. Nobody gets kidnapped or nobody ends up with poison candy or whatever, That's what you should be worrying about. Not whether the holiday is right or wrong. We're not the judge, So I really hate it when people do that. But that was it. That's all I got. So I didn't have to take the kids this morning. She picked them up. We did I did wake up late this morning. Should have known better. I took a sleeping pill last night, and I shouldn't have done that. I always tell myself, don't take those sleeping pills during the week. You'll wake up late. Sure enough, I did. But my grandson, he gets off he gets out early today, so he could always sleep when he gets back if he's, that sleepy. He wasn't, I have to admit, the walk was a little, the walk had to be tiring. You know what I'm saying? Plus you're what's that, trudging? when you're walking real hard. I don't know if that's the right word, but you know what I mean. And well, it wasn't that the snow was, you know, like an inch high or anything like that. It was like a dust, but still, you know, you still have to walk in it. And he's a slow walker. My daughter was like getting really upset with him. I was like, "That's your son," because he does. It's not like he likes to drag, but it's just, you know, it's just the way he walks. He doesn't have that ambition to walk. He's not a fast walker. And we're like, all the time, we have to walk real slow. And like, can you go a little bit faster? Kind of coax him into it, you know what I mean? And I know she's not used to it, so last night she said she was really getting frustrated with him. I go, I know, we all know. Oh boy, but they had a good time, and you know, my daughter looked exhausted, but they ended up just going on the avenue, or I think it's like we have a little mini hall, not a hall, like not an HAUL hall, an HAL hall. It's a mini like hall. It's like a little it's like a mall, but it's not a mall. It's a hall. That's what they call it, diversity hall. So, and that, you know, it's where Walmart and all the stores are at, things like that, big lots. I don't know why they call it a hall. I don't get it, but that's what they called it. And so they went there, and they hit a few houses. She did say there were a lot of kids out there, you know, but not, like I said before, we live on a boulevard, so it's very unlikely that they'll hit the big houses. They'll hit the little houses because they're more closer together, you know. But when it comes to these big streets, they really don't come. Yeah, like I said, last year I was shocked. I got 3 people. This year, not one. You know, I would have to be like that. She was reminding me when COVID hit. And I think it was, what was it, 1920? Anyway, she said because of COVID, everybody was throwing the candy out the window. Oh my God. They were either throwing the candy out the windows, or they were making like chutes, and they would shoot the candy down like a little chute thing and give it to the kids. You know what? And then the whole mask thing. Oh my God. That when COVID hit and everybody was, well, everybody has to wear a mask and blah, blah, blah. The creativeness that came out of that with the mask, what blew my mind. I was like, people were making masks, people were decorating masks, people were like, you know, nonstop selling masks by the bunches, different colors, different themes. It went crazy. It went so crazy. But that's the creativeness of what people do in certain situations. To me, it's incredible. The things they come up with. Now it's like, man, people may talk money selling those things, you know? A mask. People started getting on their sewing machine and started, you know, cranking these things out, and people were buying them because of the, you know, sports, or brand names, or, you know, not brand name, but the color of them and stuff, and they were going wild with this stuff. And now you don't see them anymore. But at that time, you know, a lot of people made, you know, quite a bit selling those masks. Hey, I even tried. I did. I even made. I didn't make them to sell them. I made them for my coworkers. They didn't come out great, but I gave it a go. But other people were making, you know, the ones with the strings, some with wires, so, and then some had like that breathable thing in them, which I don't know how they did that, but you know. But yeah, it's crazy But yeah, that year was crazy for Halloween. But yeah, so I think let's just hope and pray to God that we don't hear nothing bad and today, and that everything went well. Hey, sometimes I feel, in a way, I do feel sometimes better if people would have indoor parties and stuff like that, or at the school, or at a store where there's a lot of people, instead of them going out by themselves, because anything could happen. It's just we have heard so many horrific stories in the past, when little kids went trick or treating by themselves, and some just never made it home, and it's just like, wow, that's painful. But maybe it's better that this way, But again, I'll talk a little bit more about it later. But yeah, everything went okay. I didn't buy like I bought this thing from Dollar Tree, and I was gonna use it, to on a Dollar Tree haul, but I just never made it. But I did buy this little canister, and I thought it was really cute. I think somebody made like a cake topper, a cake out of this thing. I don't know how they did it, but they used this. Oh, they did it like this, and they made a cake, which I thought was really nifty. But I did get this, and I just ended up putting the candy in there. The kids did get a lot of candy, I have to admit. I was really surprised because I thought, because it was going to be cold and stuff like that, they weren't going to get that much. And all the Aldi bags, they came in handy. Those 75-cent ones at Aldi's, they came in really handy. They were pretty sturdy. My grandson had his own because he had got one from school, but the other two took those Aldi bags. And man, those things were filled up like almost a quarter, almost if not halfway, almost a little bit, like maybe a third of the way full. I was shocked. I was like, "Wow, you guys did good." But okay, I'm watching this girl making some craft things that she's selling at a fair. She came up with some pretty good ideas. Some are old, I've seen them before, but some of them are like, oh, okay, I never thought about that one. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this coffee and I'm gonna rest up. I didn't have to go nowhere. I didn't have to get. I almost did, because I was like, my God, it's already gonna be 8:30. My daughter's not hearing. I gotta take this one to school, and I'm like, oh my God, these are gonna be late. I said, I better hurry up, get dressed. I go, I'm telling my little grandson, get your shoes on. We gotta go. Your mom's not here. We're gonna be late. And then all of a sudden, my granddaughter knocks on the door. I was like, oh, thank God. I didn't have to go nowhere. I would have been just rushing. Okay, guys, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, guys, so I had to wear layers today because, as you can see, it was snowing out there. In Chicago, decided to snow. So I did paint my nails. I painted them orange just for the holiday. And like I said, I don't like wearing earrings because you can't see them. Do you see my earrings? No, they're right there. I can never see them. That's how come I don't like wearing earrings. My hair hides my earrings all the time. So I was like, well, that's not cool. What's the use of wearing earrings if you can't see them? Anyway, I did make the pot pie, and I feel bad. Maybe I should. Let me see. Take a little something. But only because I'm thirsty, and I should have. I did want to do a Tea Time Tuesday today, but because it was like really I still have to check on here because it was just too many things. I'm trying to rethink, trying to revamp the whole thing. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna put it on the burner just for a couple of weeks. No. And I'm gonna try to rethink how I really want to do it. I really did actually. I wanted to take a piece of the pie off my my chicken pot pie and put that on, you know, because it is pastry, and share eating that. But I said, by the time I have to take everything out, and I was just tired, guys. I was just tired. So right now I'm just drinking some Kool-Aid, only because I'm thirsty. But yeah. So I'm still gonna be doing the reading because I still want to do that, and the book updating, the books that I read, and I still want to do the pastries. I do want to get into more pastries because I thought about after I had done the chicken pot pie, which, you know, it really looks good. I decided I wanted my next project to bake, and it's going to be baked macaroni and cheese. And I'm like, oh my god! Now I'm looking at recipes already, but I like the baked macaroni and cheese with the crumbs on top. That's what I'm looking for. I've seen other ones. It's just all it looks like. It's just like macaroni and cheese slathered with a whole bunch of different cheeses. It's melted, and then on top it just looks like a piece of like mozzarella, baked mozzarella on top. I'm not looking for a pizza. I'm looking for baked macaroni and cheese with the crumbs on top. So I did find a couple, and it does call for panko crumbs, but I think Italian crumbs would be just fine. I do want to definitely look into how to make a roux, because in order to make the creaminess of the sauce of the macaroni sauce, you have to start with a roux, which consists of the flour and the milk and the butter.
Yeah. I showed this to the dog because it fell off my wing.
Oh no!
And he started sniffing it, and he tried eating it. And he's like, ugh, it's fake.
No. So they're gonna go trick or treating in a little bit. My younger one was a fireman. She's a dark angel. so, so yeah, like I said, I only got a little bag of candy. I didn't get a big bag or anything like that. And but again, I do want to get into learning how to make the roux. And once I get that done, I'm gonna get all the ingredients. I'm hoping I should be able to do it by next week. I love baked macaroni and cheese. It just tastes so good. And now it's because when I used to work at a medical center, at a hospital, we used to go out to eat. I used to go out to eat for lunch, and they always had baked macaroni and cheese, and that was my dish. I was like, oh, I have to have it. I always got a plate of it. So that I want to learn how to make that. I already learned how to make the, and I have to write down the ingredients. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna start writing down all the recipes on cards, so I won't forget the recipes. So I want to be able to do them over and over and over again consistently. And the next one that I definitely do want to make, and that's going to be bread. I really want to learn how to make sourdough bread, and I want to learn how I am going to try to learn how to make bagels, only because I like the cinnamon, the brown sugar and cinnamon coating that they put on top of bagels. It's like, oh my god, that's my fave. So and then that with cream cheese, oh my god, it's just awesome. So getting into pastries and bread and, you know, pies, that's going to be my go-to thing, to start learning how to master and how to make those things. But for right now, my next one is going to be the macaroni and cheese, the baked macaroni and cheese with breadcrumbs on top, and then it will be the dough bread. I don't know if it's going to be sourdough or not, or just plain bread. I'm not sure, but they have a variety of how to make it, so I'm going to be looking into those recipes. Okay, guys, I'm going to go sit down. I just have so many things I have to write down, so many things. I still haven't found the candles to light up the pumpkins, and my pumpkins already have snow on them. I'm like, really? Okay, guys, we'll talk to you in a bit. Oh, hi, guys. guys. Happy Halloween. Oh my God. So my granddaughter just my daughter just left about half an hour ago, and she already just took the kids out trick or treating. Hold on, just a little bit. Can you stay over here? So she went to go take the kids trick or treating a little bit ago, and it snowed out here. I think I showed you guys a little bit earlier how the snow was coming down. So yeah, so it did snow out here a little bit. We almost had like a little mini snowstorm. It would come and go, come and go. So what ended up happening was that, you know, the weather is chilly, so I wasn't sure if she was going to take them or not, but this is Chicago, and you know, us Chicagoans, we don't care what kind of weather. It could be thunderstorming, you know, it could be a blizzard, and we'll still go out trick-or-treating. We never cared. I mean, there was one year that I do remember that it was really bad, and some of the stores felt so bad for the kids because it was so bad outside. It was snowing, it was hailing. I mean, it was really bad. And so they ended up taking, and this was like in a mall on the avenue, and they ending up opening their stores and making little Halloween parties in the stores. So they would invite all the kids in because they felt bad that the weather was so bad. And I think that was about, I'd say about 3 years ago when that happened. But yeah, this year I think they're gonna be okay. They'll be all right. I think it already stopped snowing, but it's still chilly. It was like in low 40s or upper 30s. It's still like 30, 37, 38, but it's still chilly. You know, you have to have gloves on and stuff like that. But she went out anyway. They were all dressed up and in costumes, so I just told her to be careful. You know, it is chilly, and if it gets, you know, too cold, just go into a store, warm up, and then go back out again, you know, because it can be hard for the kids, especially when they're not used to it in this kind of weather. It can be really hard. Anyway, I felt bad that I didn't do any Halloween cookies because I really did want to, you know, and I think like maybe a few years in a row I did Halloween cookies. They weren't great, you know, I was trying to, you know, do my best in baking them, decorating them, and everything like that. But I even made a Halloween cat, I think it was, or was that 2 years ago? I don't know, something like that. Anyway, that one came out cute. It was a black cat. It was a 1-layer black cat. It came out cute with the, you know, the ears, the tail, everything like that. But again, I did wanted to do this year, but I just didn't have the energy to do it this year. So excuse me. So but I will try to do some Thanksgiving cookies, and definitely do some holiday Christmas cookies for sure. Going to try my hand and making new dishes. I already did a pot pie, which came out awesome, and now I want to get into making a macaroni and cheese baked with crumbs on top. I think I was mentioning that the other in my early video, but definitely want to get into some recipes like that. Nothing that you know, that none of this Pinterest or TikTok stuff. No, these are the real deal, real meals. Nothing that you just throw together and looks like slop. And yeah, no, I'm not doing that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it tastes good, but it still looks like slop. Okay, so definitely, and going to try my hand, of course, in making bread as well. Okay, so where are we at? No, it's like, oh my God, there are just so many things to do. But right now I'm having dinner. I didn't, you know, like I said, I'm still waiting for the doorbell to ring for this one to take off like a jackrabbit as soon as he hears the doorbell ring. But nobody's come as of yet. So anyway, so I don't even know what to watch. I already watched all the Halloween movies, you know, even Charlie Brown. So I don't know what I'm going to watch tonight. Anyway, let me show you what I'm having for dinner. And I think I just spilled some juice And this is, I didn't just drinking some Kool-Aid. Yeah, I did spill some. So this is, I'm having some pork chops with some broccoli, butter and salt. And everything. Does this thing have a hole in it? I don't know. Anyway, I really do like pork chops. Like, I really, really do like pork chops. I like them in stews, but I also like them, you know, just, I mean, I can bake them as well. I can bake pork chops and I'll eat those as well. But this one, it just has the meat, and I did grill some onions. I grilled some onions as well. And I added some steak sauce. Because I don't know what it is, but I really like steak sauce on my pork chops as well. And the pork chops, it's almost like another version of your typical white chicken. It's the other chicken. One dish that I really would like to learn how to make, and that's egg foo young. If I could learn how to make that, oh my God, I'd be a happy camper. Let me cut this one in half. But yeah, so that's what I'm having. And it is a little bit not quite done yet. I like my pork chops a little bit more cooked than that, but I thought it was done. But anyway, it's still good. Okay, so this is what I'm having for dinner. And yeah, we'll see you in a little bit. Bye.